Mr. Speaker, for your indulgence, and Representative Holberg. Any idea when we're going to be seeing the budget targets coming out? We're going to be, well, as of Friday, we'll be 2 weeks out from the day that all those bills have to be in, the big budget bills have to be in your committee, and I'm getting more and more concerned that there's going to be a lack of time, for huge budget bills for huge budget bills to pass through committees, to have the proper public input so the public can come through. I know that, maybe these budget bills won't be the ones that ultimately become law, but the time that the public really has the chance to provide input on these bills, particularly because in many committees we're not even hearing bills that are going to be held over for inclusion in a budget bill. We have no idea what these bills are going to look like. So we're concerned on our side that the public has a chance to actually provide input into these huge decisions that are going to be made affecting the people of Minnesota. So I think the sooner the budget targets come out, at least we'll have some kind of perspective on what those bills will be and what they will look like. So do you have any, is it going to be by the end of this week that the budget targets are going to come out?
Member from Dakota, Representative Holberg.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And Representative Thissen, we're hopeful for that. I'm not going to commit to a particular date, time, hour, minute. We're working as fast as we can, and as soon as we're able to make them public, we'll make them available to the minority. We'll also assure you that there'll be time between making them public and the time that the Ways and Means Committee would hear them. That's allows for your side to put up your amendments or your ideas relative to the targets. But I do have to at least make the point that just because the targets aren't public at this point doesn't mean that the public's not involved in the process. I watch the bill schedule of committees, the bill hearings, and it's pretty clear to me that our finance chairs are hearing fiscal bills. They're being heard in policy and referred to fiscal committees. There's hours and hours of hearings. Members on both sides are doing good work trying to address the issues facing the state. So I think that the public has been engaged even prior to session starting, recognizing the challenges facing the state. I don't know if you've noticed, but the elevators are full, the hallways are busy, our calendars are full, the public's fully engaged in this process.
Representative Thissen.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and Representative Holberg for that answer. And this is hard work to get these budgets pulled together. There is no, easy answer to resolving these, and so I understand the circumstances you're in. I think perhaps folks came in with a different understanding of that. I would note that, Health and Human Services as an example, and I know Representative Abler is doing good work. I don't think that they've heard particularly many bills that are going to be actually included in an omnibus bill, but they've been hearing bills. I know they heard the bill yesterday to repeal the federal health care reform and spent several hours on that bill. I don't think that's going to become part of the budget process. And I think I've heard similar things going on in other committees. So we just have concern. It's not just for us. Whether you leave us 24 hours to do amendments, we're going to be able to deal with that. It's more making sure the public actually knows what's in these bills and has a time to weigh in that is my biggest concern. And I'm getting more and more concerned the closer we get to this deadline that that's not going to happen. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.